Find the residue at the origin for the given function. Our functions are sine z over z, cosine z over z, e to the z over z squared, 1 over z to the fourth, and e to the power 1 over z. So the residue of a function is the coefficient of 1 over z minus z0 in the Laurent series expansion centered at z0. So in our case, z0 is the origin, so we're looking for the coefficient of 1 over z in the Laurent series expansion. So I have here the Laurent series expansions for each function. So we're looking for a term of the form some coefficient times 1 over z. And this coefficient will be the residue. Okay, in the first part A, sine z over z, the first function here, there is no term that has a z in the denominator. So we could think of the coefficient of 1 over z as being 0. So the residue is equal to 0. In the second example, we do have part B, we cosine z over z. We do have a term of the form that has a z to the first power in the denominator, and the coefficient of that is just 1. So the residue of this function at the origin is 1. The coefficient is 1. Here we have two terms that have z in the denominator. We're interested in this one, and the coefficient of 1 over z here is also 1. So the residue of f at 0 in part C with the function e to the z over z squared is 1. In part D, we have a term with a z in the denominator, but we don't have z to the first power. So the coefficient of 1 over z would be 0 again. So the residue of f at the origin is 0. And for e to the 1 over z, we have a 1 over z term here. The coefficient is 1 again, and so the residue of f at 0 is 1.